form, one of the INFPs asks, okay, I want to know people's opinions about Will Smith and Chris, because social media has given a dozen opinions, and I don't know which one to follow. Personally, I thought to myself, since Mercury stationed in Aries yesterday, I was like, ooh, bet someone's gonna go off with the Oscars, and it did. What? Maybe she's talking about astrology? It's very odd. But anyway, that's my belief. I think Will should have also just checked on his lady and comforted her instead of causing a scene. But maybe he had a lot of pent-up anger from all the gossip previously. So I really don't know, but I'm sure a lot of people will give a good debate. I guess people would be asking, like, how would INFPs handle the situation? We are very protective of our loved ones, but we also don't like confrontation. From my personal experience, I will stand up for someone if someone is talking bad about them, but I will never use violence unless that person first uses violence against someone that I love. Like the case with my little brother when somebody else was pushing him or trying to beat him up, and then I went in the way. I didn't beat the shit out of that person. I just basically held them up and threatened them because they were physically putting their hands on my little brother. That being said, I totally think it's inappropriate what Will did, and I also agree that this wasn't just a joke. He was laughing until he saw that his wife wasn't laughing. He saw how sad that it made her, and he reacted, and that reaction was probably just a straw that broke the camel's back moment. This has been going on for several years, that people have been making fun of Will for something that Jada did. She didn't even go out there and spread the rumor. August, the guy that she slept with, who was her son's best friend, who had mental issues, he is the one that came out and said all of that, which I think was very disrespectful. I understand from what Will and Jada said that they were separated when all this happened. She went and did her thing, he went and did his thing, and then this guy went on air and then told people, yeah, I slept with Will's wife. Which was like, why would you do that? Like, why? If you say you love her, you must have known how this was going to affect her and her family, but you didn't care about that. Whether Will Smith was okay with it or not, the both of them had consent with their open marriage or whatever it is they plan to do to make their marriage work. That's not really anybody else's business. However, I will say that when you are a celebrity and your face is out there, you do put yourself out there. Comedians usually have a habit of addressing the elephant in the room as well, which was Jada being bald, since she herself made a big deal about it. There are worse things he could have compared her to, but I don't think he was even trying to be malicious, since he compared her to G.I. Jane, who is a badass. That's like comparing her to Ripley. Like, why would you take offense to that? I also think this stemmed from Jada not liking him from the get, because from 2016 when she boycotted the Oscars because it wasn't white enough or it was too white or something like that, he was like, oh, we didn't invite you anyway, or he made a joke along those lines. So with that backstory, was this an excuse? I think no. I know that there are other INFPs who would think differently, but our usual thing would be to reassure the person and tell them it's not personal, you know, it's okay, honey. Or I'll talk to the person and ask them not to do that. But you can't, it's a comedian. He's poking fun at everybody in the room. If everybody is being made fun of, and then you get made fun of, and then you're upset, but you're laughing happily when everybody else is getting made fun of, that's called entitlement and narcissism. There's no bones about it that Will Smith, her husband, should not have gone up and had a physical altercation with Chris Rock. I do not agree with the whole words or violence thing. Yes, words can hurt your feelings, but they only have as much power as you let them. It is very hard sometimes to take that power away, but the worst thing you could do is put yourself in a situation where you lash out violently at someone because they said something that you didn't like. I don't agree with that. And I think that if we start going down that road where people are allowed to hurt someone because they said something that insulted you or you were offended by, then that is going to be the quickest downfall of our society. It's not like Jada and Will don't know the type of person that Chris Rock is. That's the kind of comedian he is. Those are the kind of jokes that he makes. Was the joke funny? No, I didn't find it funny at all. It's not because I'm offended by it. I just don't think it's funny. It's not my type of humor. It's the equivalent of looking at a fat person on the front row and saying, hey man, Nutty Professor can't wait to see you in the next one, implying that the character's fat and that person's fat. So hey, funny, it's not really funny to me. Just not my type of humor in my opinion. Am I saying that it's never okay to make fun of someone's appearance? No, of course not. We're human beings. We're gonna poke fun at the way each other. I make fun of the way I look all the time. But I understand the sensitivity for Jada because it's something that she can't help. She can't help that she's losing her hair. But even so, there are situations when cancer patients themselves are losing their hair and somebody may liken them onto a character like One Punch Man or something, and they laugh at it because they understand that it's in good fun. The one thing I would not want people to do personally is if I have an ailment and they walk on eggshells with me to spare my feelings when everybody else is having fun and nobody is above being made fun of and jeering at each other. A quippy retort or comeback at Chris Rock would have been more mature than what Will Smith did. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? How would you have handled a situation like that if you saw that your significant other was upset and you wanted to defend them? Would you even want to defend them, or would you tell them, hey, you're being a drama queen, it's not that serious, just enjoy it? If you don't like Chris Rock, it shouldn't matter that much what he says about you anyway. It's not like you're sleeping with the man. I mean, unless you are. Anyways, write your comments below what you think.